This video is just a chat. Stay tuned. Hi, Jerry Hansen here from Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. Thank you for tuning in. I've been busy. I'm on vacation. I just started my 3-week vacation. I work weekends. I took 2 consecutive weekends off in a row. First time ever. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself for 3 whole weeks. I can get a lot of projects done. Right now we have a storm moving in. They're calling for thunder and lightning. So, a couple of the projects I'm working on. I finished the bee vacuum. I did that on my days off. Finished that up day before yesterday, and we tried to use it on my first bee extraction. Then I went out yesterday for 3 more bee extractions. All of them were fails, all 4 of them. I can't believe my luck. Still have not got bees in the beehives back there. My buddy was raising a couple of colonies for me, and he was going to bring them over, I thought today. Maybe he'll be coming over tonight. I don't know. Whatever happens, happens. So this is what I've been up to today. I harvested my lawn with a weed eater. Yep, I did the whole thing with a weed eater because the lawnmower is still broken. There is a little pipe that comes down off of the carburetor that when the engine goes, it siphons gas up out of the gas tank, and somehow that's malfunctioning. It's got a hole in it, so it's not getting a suction because it's got a hole in it. So I'm ordering a new part, and we'll get the lawnmower fixed and I can mow the lawn. And I did manage to weed eat all the tall weeds out of the garden. You get my grape that survived back there, and then my raspberries. I've got those going. I just got to put in poles to support the canes from the raspberries. That's another project. You got to wait till I get some funds for that. And I also want to put better poles for supporting the grape. I also got my rototiller fixed. Victory over that rototiller. I am such an idiot. Trying to start that thing, thinking the carburetor needed to be rebuilt. Well, I took that carburetor apart. I cleaned every bit of it. Took the pieces apart, put it back together, make sure everything clean, and got it going. And realized when I had the carburetor in my hand, what was choke and what was open. I had the choke set in the wrong spot, so the sucker wasn't started. So that's what I get for not using a rototiller for only maybe 1 month out of the year and not knowing forgetting how to work the motor. So it's working. I figured the choke out because the little labels on the engine, that new engine I put on there, the weather got to it, the labels came off, and so the label that shows me which way is choke, which way is open or run is gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little soldering iron, because it's a plastic shroud, and I'm going to write in there choke over there and run over there. Another project I have to work on is these stumps. There's 4 of them sitting in my garden, and that growing around them, I think it's poison oak. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just part of the oak tree. I think it's part of the oak, the tree itself is trying to grow back. So what I'm going to do is get my super duper heavy duty burner flamethrower thing on a propane bottle, and I'm going to burn these suckers as much as I can before the really dry weather sets in. Another project is get this lumber cleaned up and moved out to where I'm going to be building the new rabbit tree. My buddy gave me all this lumber, and I've got to sort out what pieces I have there and store what I'm not going to use, but clean up all the pieces I can and haul them right there. That's where the new rabbit tree lumber's going, and the rabbit tree is going to go right there behind the chicken coop. Tentatively, I may change my mind. It isn't built yet, but it's tentatively. And yet another project. Maybe next week. I have to take the solar panels down. I have to disassemble the whole thing because the rails coating is peeling off and they started rusting. Since my rails were still on warranty, I notified the company of what their product did. They immediately, after I sent them some pictures of what it did, sent me replacement parts. So I get the new, these things, because those are rusted, and then these two rails. So that's why I have to take the solar panels down, put the new rails up, and reattach the solar panels. So that's going to be a big project. Ugh. I'm not looking forward to that, but it's got to be done. And yet another project is I have to take that pickup bed, take the 6 bolts underneath and loosen them, and also remove the rails that hold my 5th wheel hitch in and jack the bed up so I can access the top of the fuel tank, because my fuel pump went, and here's the new fuel pump that I have to put in to replace the fuel pump that went. And another project, yes, another project is to assemble this shed that my daughter purchased, and we're going to assemble it for some storage space for her. And then maybe, if I have time, I get the truck fixed, I can take it a mile down the road to Acorn Acres, use the tractor to scoop in my dirt, because I got a great big pile of dirt in the middle of what used to be half of my garden that I moved over here, but I left the dirt over there because my truck broke down. I got a load handler in the truck. You see an earlier video on how I used the load handler, and I'm going to haul that whole pile of dirt over here and dump it in my front yard and level up my front yard a little bit. Do some landscaping out front. And something else I get to do is cement in my posts for my horseshoe pits. I also got to do a little bit of cleanup around the farm, like move that saw and get it out of there, because I'm done with using it up there by the barn. So I'm going to go ahead and move it over behind the chicken coop, closer to where I'm going to be building that rabbit tree. So just tidying things up, making sure everything's weed eated, getting ready for the summer, and doing some more planting, especially my garden. I can't wait to start planting my garden. I'm going to go ahead and go inside because it looks like the lightning storm is getting closer. So, I'm Jerry Hansen, your host here at Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.